All right, well, here's what I got a crush on. I have a crush on business. I love business. I love entrepreneurs. I love the way entrepreneurs do business. I love the way that they change the entire scheme. I love the way they change the paradigms that we operate in our various different industries. But mostly so it's not working? That's all right. So mostly what I love, there we go, all right, now we can get it going. All right, I don't know what I did wrong, but there we go. All right, mostly what I love are businesses like this that change the whole mindset of business. They have a culture. They have a way of thinking about business. Honestly, when we started our business, I wanted to be like these guys. I wanted to be these kind of businesses. Frankly, we weren't. We were a business that was doing all right. We were doing well. We were kind of growing a little bit, but we weren't this kind of a business. We weren't the kind of business that is magnetic. We weren't the kind of business that attracted people, attracted customers, attracted vendors. So I set out on a course to figure out what was it that made these companies unique, what made these companies different. And in that process, I came across several books, and I also went and heard a keynote message one time. And these 4 events really changed the course of my thinking and really has brought our business to where it is today. Now, frankly, guys, if you're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and you haven't read these 3 books and they aren't on your business shelf, shame on you. You need to go read these books. These are critical books for any business or entrepreneur. So what did I learn when I went through all of these things? I learned several things, and I'm going to share them really quickly with you. The first thing I learned is that we needed to have a purpose. Now, it was a shock to me that my customers, that my vendors, that my employees were not really impressed with my own personal reasons for having a business. I was shocked. They didn't really think that what I was doing was all that important. What I discovered was they were more interested in their families. They were more interested in their goals. They were more interested in their businesses. And so I had to come up with a purpose. I had to come up with a why, if you will, as in a way that would attract them, that would challenge them, that would motivate them, that would inspire them to do business with us. The second thing I learned is I needed intentional values. Now, I had values. I had things I believed in. I had things that I did. But you know what? I wasn't intentional about it. I hadn't codified it. I hadn't put it in writing. I hadn't taught it and trained it to our people. And so I set about to create a set of values that was really consistent with who we are. Because here's what happens, guys. When you don't have values that are consistent, you need to understand, if you haven't shared these with your team, they won't know what they are. You have employees that come in, they have one set of values. You have customers, they have one set of values. You have vendors, they had another set of values. And then you're frustrated because you can't figure out why we're on the same page. Because you as a business owner then didn't be very clear about what you needed to do, what your values were. And your values basically are how you do business. All right? So I knew that I needed to have these 2 foundational things done first. Here's what you need to understand. If these change, at any point in time, your business is a different business. It's a new business. Because these should be based upon what you are and who you are as a business. And it cannot change. The thing that changes is a massive mission. Now, how many of you have heard me talk about a BHAG? I bet you everybody in here who's been with me this 5 years has heard me talk about BHAGs. How many even know what a BHAG is? Okay, a BHAG is a big, hairy, audacious goal. I believe in goals. I've been setting goals since I was a kid. Goals are how I basically operate. That's my basic genetic makeup. I create goals. But here's what I've also discovered. Goals are great, but they can also be detrimental because goals can sabotage you. They can be so big sometimes that they freeze you. They make you stop, and I just can't do that. It's like I was watching a deal on walking and going up to Machu Picchu, up in the Andes. You look and say, I'm going to climb up there. And you look up and you go, there's no way. But here's the thing, a system or a process or a structure, a plan will help you step by step move towards that final goal. So here's what we do. We went in and we set up a process. And here's what we did. We said in our business that we have 2 sides to our business. One side is our franchising side. The other side is our client side. Now, Initially, we tried to put everything under one purpose, one set of values, and one mission. What we discovered is the only thing that could be consistent was our values. Our mission and our why, or our purpose, had to be separate and had to be different. So the first thing we did was we created a new value system, or a new purpose for our franchising side. Now we say this: we help underserved groups or communities achieve financial freedom through business ownership. Let me tell you a story about Maria. Maria came to join us as a franchise owner in 2013. She worked with us for a while, and she grew her business. Okay, it was working, it was growing, and she was making good money. One day she comes in and she says, "My husband left me and took everything I have, except for her franchise." And she came to me and she said, "Can you help me?" And we said, "Yes, we can." So we helped her put together a plan. We helped her by coaching her and working with her. And I will tell you something. Next Monday, I'm going to be able to hand her a check for just a shade under $20,000 for work that she did last month. That, my friends, is financial freedom through business ownership. We also have something that you've all heard me say over and over and over again. We help increase your business's what? Productivity, profitability, and performance. We've all heard me say that, right? So what does that mean? We know that if we are able to go in and help you create an environment that is healthy, clean, safe, and organized, that your performance, that your profitability will go up. There are studies and facts that prove that is true. So regardless of what company that you're with, regardless of what company that we use, we approach every company exactly the same way. We go in and we say, look, you have a certain set of needs. You have a certain set of priorities. We are here to help you find options. We're here to help you find a way to fix those issues. We're here to be a partner. The difference between Compass and other companies is this. We are a broad-based company. That is, we have a number of different things that we can help you with. But the difference is other companies are simply in it for the transaction. They are simply in it because they simply want, here's a process, here's a service we're going to provide, we want money. That's all they want. We want to be a long-term relationship. We want to have a long-term partnership with you as a company. The second thing I did was we went through and we created the value sets. Now these are our values, and I'm not going to go through every one of them. Okay? We'll have a one-to-one sometime and I go through and explain what they mean. But here's the thing. I want you to look at these. Every one of these values is behavior-based. Here's the thing I discovered in that process. Most values that people have are very ethereal. They're very much very concept-oriented. Here's the problem. If you don't have a behavior-based value, people will not be able to relate to it. People will not be able to understand it. We created behavior-based values. The last thing we did was we created a massive mission. Now, I will be very honest with you. My mission that I had created and was still going to be good until 2 years from now just blew up about a month ago. My mission has now gone so far beyond what I ever thought was possible that I really honestly don't have time. So here's what it's going to be. Where it's too big a mission for us to talk about right now. It's too big for me to go over. So let's do a one-to-one, and I will tell you and I will explain to you exactly what the process was and how that mission really came about. So my last question for you is this. What is your massive mission? Thanks, guys.